Now we are going to walk you through the onboarding process in Postaga. With Postaga, you can promote your blog posts to get more links and ultimately more traffic to your website. So for this onboarding process, we're going to enter in a URL of our choice. You can enter in a blog post URL, or you can enter in your main website and then click the promote button. Then Postaga is going to find all of the blog posts on your website and then give you recommendations on which content you should promote. Now with this onboarding, we're going to run a test campaign. And in this test campaign, we're going to do what's called a mention campaign type. And with that, it's going to help you promote your post to share it with other websites that you've linked to in your post. So for example, I'm going to click on this blog post. And then Postaga is going to find all of the outbound links in the blog post, and along with the possible authors for those posts. And then it's going to find their email addresses so we can reach out to all of those people, share our post with them, and possibly get them to also share or link to our posts. Now, if you get to this point and Postaga says to you, hey, you don't have any blog posts, let's try, or you don't have any outbound links, Postaga will then try and revert to a different campaign type. But as a default, we're going to try and run a mention campaign. And that's just for this first onboarding campaign. Once we get through the first campaign, all of the features of Postaga are unlocked and you can run any campaign type that you want. So the next step, to reveal our contacts and review our first outreach campaign, we're going to click on the Review Campaign button. Next, I'll enter in my name and information. Then I'll enter in my website information, and if you want to add CAN spam compliance, you can enter in your address and information, and then you'll click Save. Next, we'll get to launching this test campaign. So with the test campaign, this being your first Postaga campaign, all of the emails that you find in this campaign that are sent are going to send to your email address. They're not going to send out to the actual contacts, so you don't have to worry about them getting messaged if you're not ready. This test campaign just lets you see the power of Postaga and what you can do with it. And so once we get through this campaign, then we take the training wheels off and you can unleash a full campaign and send out to anyone you want to. And if you have any questions at all during the process, you can always click this chat box in the bottom right part of your screen and you can get help from us. So once Postaga has analyzed your links, you can click the Get Contacts button, and then Postaga is going to find you contact information for people at these websites. Now, for this first test campaign though, Postaga is not going to find contact information for everybody, but just the first 5 contacts in that list. After we launch this test campaign, any future campaign will not be limited to 5 contacts. Next, you have the option of exporting the contact information for all these people and their email addresses to a CSV if you want. Next, we'll choose an email sequence. And we have different options to choose from here. We can choose whatever we find to be the most relevant type of outreach sequence, but with a mention campaign, we're going to do one which is seeking to swap guest posts. So where we're going to reach out to these other websites and build a relationship, let them know, hey, we've shared your article, linking to it in our post. It'd be great if we could do some work together in the future, maybe collaborate, maybe swap guest posts, you know? And now we'll see, after selecting that email sequence, we'll see what the sequence looks like. So first it'll send email 1, then it'll wait 3 days, then send a follow-up, then another waiting period, and then another follow-up. And if you change the sequence, it'll be a different email series. But we'll select this one for now. We'll scroll down and we'll see the email preview so we can see each of the emails that is going to be going to each of the contacts as well as the follow-ups. Now, if we want to even further personalize an email, we can click on the email directly and we'll see on the right side of the screen, Postaga pulls relevant snippets from the articles that we are linking to and reaching out about. So we might want to mention in our outreach email, I really liked this thing you said in your article, and mention it. And then you can overwrite that. And so you're further personalizing that email to that individual person. Once you're happy with all of the emails, you can set the rules and scheduling. So as a default for the first campaign, it's always going to be a test campaign and go to your testing email. You can make it so the email will send or not send on weekends. Make it so that the emails will stop once you get a reply. So for example, if your contact replies to email 1, they won't receive emails 2 and 3 in your email sequence. Next, we're going to click Launch Test Campaign. Then all of the emails will go to our recipient email address, which will be your inbox. Next, we can build our full real campaign. So one thing we recommend is, now that you've done this test campaign and you can do a real campaign, also, in addition, join our Facebook group on link building. It's a really great group of people interested in SEO, link building, outreach, and marketing. Then after that, you can now launch your first campaign. And it should be noted that with your first real campaign that's not going to your own email address as the recipient, the emails are going to send as a default from an email address, something similar to this, like numbers and letters followed by @postaga.net. But you can add a custom domain so that emails can send from Postaga from at your email address rather than from @postaga.net. And that's all there is to it. And now you can get started launching your own campaign, whatever type you want. Now that we've gone through onboarding, you are a master of the Postaga platform, and you can launch any type of campaign you want. You can run a resources campaign and find resource pages. You can run a skyscraper campaign and upload to CSV with all the URLs for websites you want to get in touch with. You can run a custom campaign and maybe do some cold outreach. There are a ton of options and things you can do with Postaga to do outreach. So let's get to it.